Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, the biggest fight in boxing potentially after Mayweather versus Pacquiao. After years of speculations, after numerous failed negotiations, it's finally happening. If media reports are to be believed, the mega fight is set to take place in July 29th in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The exact terms aren't yet known, but it is being reported that there's a rematch clause for either side. So one can expect to see these two great fighters fighting each other at least twice. That's great news for boxing fans. The winner will be the undisputed welterweight champion. Delays have often spoiled the nature of great fights. Floyd was 38 and Manny was 35 when they fought, and the fight in totality wasn't a great one, as both fighters were past their prime. Errol Spence is 33, still in his prime, while Terence Crawford is 35, probably just past his prime. Though only last week everyone saw how a 35-year-old Vasil Lomachenko beat the brakes of a 24-year-old David Haney only to be denied a clear victory by some pathetic judges. Terence Crawford hasn't shown any signs of slowing down, but he hasn't been very active as well. Time is not on his side. Spence is still young. The delay is making the fight probably benefits him more, as he has only gotten better. Another thing to consider is the judges and the networks. In such a high caliber fight, the chances of a knockout is less, as both fighters are extremely skilled and know each other's game inside out. So it may come down to the judges to decide who is the winner. If the fight is close, then there will be controversy. The judges have screwed up the outcomes of fights and destroyed the careers of fighters once too many times. Boxing is famous for it. The most notable one in recent memory is Canelo vs Triple G, the first fight. Triple G won the fight quite handsomely, but a judge named Adelaide Bird scored the fight for Canelo, and it was deemed as a draw. Most of the boxing world was outraged as Golovkin was robbed of a clear victory. In a rematch which was supposed to be a draw or a GG victory, it was given to Canelo. Another example of corruption in boxing was Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 1. Fury outboxed Wilder for most of the rounds, but Wilder knocked him down in the 9th and the 12th, which earned him the draw, much to the dismay of boxing fans. And the latest was Lomachenko being robbed of a clear victory against Devin Haney. Networks play a huge factor in these big fights as well, and most times the commentators are so biased that you want to mute them and make your own mind up. All these factors come into play in a high profile fight like Spence and Crawford. Looking at the fight itself, it's an extremely competitive fight, at least on paper. Errol Spence has been the more active of the two fighters and has fought the better competition. However, Errol was involved in a car crash and had his eye operated on. He looked alright against Ugas, but Terence Crawford is a different prospect altogether. Errol has fought the likes of Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Yordenis Ugas, and this experience against quality opposition will definitely help him against Terence Crawford. Plus, he's a natural welterweight and he has a good gas tank as well. He can box if he wants to. He can also fight when he feels the need to. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, is widely regarded as the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. He has moved up to welterweight. He has and always been an elite boxer with a high IQ. He's ambidextrous, which causes his opponents all sorts of problems. He's sharp and probably has the better footwork of the two, and he never lets his opponents settle. The only question was whether he could handle the power of guys at a higher weight class. Those questions were answered when he fought Sean Porter. Porter had earlier given Spence his toughest fight, and Spence won the fight marginally. However, Crawford looked relatively at ease with Porter and also became the first guy to stop him. Terence Crawford has a good jab and the longer reach and is hard to hit. But Spence is persistent and he can go to the body to limit Crawford's movement. If Crawford can hurt Spence early in the fight, it will be an easy night for him. But if Spence feels that Crawford's power is not enough to keep him off him, then he can walk him down and maybe even stop him. It will be a chess match between two elite boxers. Just for boxing's sake, let's hope there isn't any controversy. Let me know in the comments section what you feel, and if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to the channel.